Lights, camera, action. Hi, my name is Max Reader and welcome to Not Another Ghost documentary.
Hello, I'm Damien O'Dell and I'm here today at St John's Church in Royston, where I live. I am the man behind the Royston Ghost Walk, amongst many other things, and I lead a group called APIS, Anglia Paranormal Investigation Society. We investigate haunted properties throughout the country, basically. So, as well as that, I also give talks. I'm a public speaker and a historian, and I give talks on various subjects, usually connected with the paranormal.
So, a ghost is essentially the soul spirit of the dead, and this can be through a person or an animal or anything that appears living. And throughout the years, the different descriptions of ghost have very widely changed depending on people's perception on them, depending on religion, personal thoughts, feelings, emotions, experiences, and they've been seen as invisible presences to the translucent figures, or barely visible shapes to realistic life forms, which has been very shocking for many, as such myself, when we were doing the investigation.
It's so muddy. How are we getting in there?
I don't know, on the way.
Oh god.
When walking into the pub, you could straight away feel the deathly hollow of a spirit. Dylan and Ben could feel the same. It was if something was there and it needed leaving alone or needed seeing to, and it wanted us to know that it was there.
Yeah.
Good night. This is all the tires. You seen anything?
I haven't seen nothing yet.
It's so dark.
Right. This is where the girl that used to live on the top floor, she's known for like creeping down here. So like at night, especially if you like hear footsteps. Normally when you come down here, she died on the top floor. So like she makes a noise upstairs, and yeah, that's what people have discovered in the past. Like, first signs of ghosts are that anything you have on you or anything that like is in your possession, sometimes it stopped working. So I know this sounds ridiculous right now, but your flashlight has stopped working. Like bit on here. Oh, see, look.
Oh.
Like, this is what I mean. And then it's off again. Like, I'm not even...
Oh.
So, like, yeah. It's crazy.
Flashlight's flickering.
So is it trying to communicate with us now or something?
So, upon our descent down to the basement, me and Dylan kind of discovered that something was following us. Dylan could sense it, I could sense it, Ben didn't really feel anything. When descending down to the basement, the loudest noise was made.
Look at that. There's like a creepy under the stairs.
Be really careful on these stairs. They're probably not
Be careful, by the way.
Ben, if you could follow me into the room where the daughter of the two. Be careful, by the way. So this is the room.
So let's enter the room where the daughter was unfortunately found dead in the middle of the night. So if anything, this is where the most activity should happen. So it can be anything can happen. So phones stop working, noises are made, lights stop working. Now obviously I said at the start, this keeps on flickering. Off camera it's been flickering as well.
I just did that again.
As well, and I promise you my hand is nowhere near.
My phone camera just turned off as well. No, my phone has been off this whole time and it's just turned the light off.
So this is what I mean. The room that has the most activity in, strange things can happen, and this is what paranormal investigation is about.
Guys, come on. What was that?
This is the second time that has happened.
No, this is the third time. We've had this before as well. We've had this 2 times.
So if we just pan the camera this way, Ben, Dylan's literally walking down the stairs. I don't think my GoPro was on. My GoPro was on for that.
It was the second
Dylan's
time.
walked down the stairs. I don't know if that came from downstairs or that room, but I had seen nothing. But yeah, this is what I mean. Relevant noises to where we're walking. We're obviously upsetting something. So let's go back down.
The fact it's happened twice on the same stairs as well. This has happened.
Is your light still?
Yeah, it's still open.
So we're just about to head down to the basement and see if the bucket has been moved. I have a feeling it has because Dylan's just put his foot on the step and there's been glass smashed without any of us making a noise. Let's head down, let's have a look.
It's been moved.
And it has been moved. So that could have been it, we never know. But the fact that was very upright. Ben even checked it before he left to see if it was upright. There was nothing that could put weight on it at all. But yeah, that is strange how that has happened. I have a feeling that it was when you were coming down.
Yeah, when I put my foot on the step,
Yeah.
we heard that sound. That was none of us that did
Yeah,
that.
so Ben, can we get like a close up of you?
Yeah. Is that one of us?
So we left it upright at the start. Jesus.
So we're going to do a test with the bucket and the flashlight. So this flashlight, as soon as we entered, has been on and off. So that is on at the moment, but there's no light. We're going to leave it here. And straight away that goes on. I'm going to try it again.
We're going to test the flashlight out because that has been sensitive throughout. So I'm going to essentially switch it on. So if there are any spirits in here that want to talk,
Oh.
Okay, so this is what I mean. This could be off chance. We'll see if they'll turn it off.
You want to ask it questions?
Yeah. So, if there is a spirit in here, please turn the flashlight off. I will repeat myself. If there are any spirits in here, please turn the flashlight off. What I'll do is I'll pick it up. So that's off now. I've just turned that off. Right, that's on. Any spirits in this cellar that want to communicate, please turn the flashlight on. See, this is the thing where it's the fact that we could have scared it off. Anything could have happened. I'll repeat again. Any spirits in here, please turn the flashlight on. See, it's an off chance that it can happen. So I've just turned that off. Now it's on again. So, any spirits in here, please communicate with us. And please turn this flashlight off. So I feel like we have kind of not scared it off, but in a way aggravated it a bit to where it's not going to communicate with us. It's not wanting to, so we'll just do it one more time. I'm just going to adjust the brightness as well. So that's on now. I'm going to turn it on and then on again. So any spirits in here that want to communicate with us, please turn the flashlight off. So unfortunately, we have completely aggravated the spirit. I'm going to turn it off again. Any spirits in here that want to communicate with us, please turn the flashlight on.
Maybe move to another room?
Yeah, maybe we'll move to another room. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens. See, look, for example, with that, I didn't even touch that, that just flashed again. But that is a sign that there are spirits within the building, so we'll head upstairs and have a look. So, we've come up from the cellar, we're on the top of the main bar now. We're going to leave the flashlight on here. So I've just switched that on. Any spirits that want to communicate with us, please turn the flashlight on. So that's just done that before even me finishing my sentence. So. And then we saw the bucket move as well. We've heard multiple noises. There is definitely a spirit in here. It's just dotted around the whole location of the building. So we were at the stage where we were about to leave, and we looked at the Moe from The Simpsons figure on spray painted on the wall, which was miraculous. When we were about to leave, this noise just erupted straight from the basement. So I've just stepped that way to have a look in there, and once again the basement as we're about to leave. For the like 5th, 6th time now, even more than that. So there is definitely a spirit here. We've got more than enough evidence on camera to show that. So, as if it was a sort of goodbye symbol or something to say that we're leaving now, and that someone wanted to know that their presence was there. So we're out of the pub, the abandoned pub, and we make our way right round to the other side of the building, and it might have just been me or obviously like Dylan and Ben didn't even see this, but it probably was just me, but I could have sworn that through the passageway window of another entrance that obviously used to be the other entrance to the bar, there was a figure. I don't know what it was, I don't know how it got there. I saw something, at least something move across, and that figure just went and was never to be seen by or captured on camera. I don't even know if I got it on my GoPro, but there were it might have just been my eyes, but I could have sworn that I saw a figure when looking through the windows, and that's when it became quite real to me.
Well, the supernatural is always has been relevant to any age, and in this modern age, it's interesting to note that there was a YouGov survey carried out in 2014. 37% of Brits believed in ghosts. 33% had had some kind of supernatural experience, and rather spookily, 9% of those interviewed had actually spoken with the dead in some way, shape or form.
The different descriptions of ghosts can vary widely depending on people's perceptions of them, such as the invisible presence to the translucent or barely visible wispy shapes to a realistic life form. The deliberate attempt to contact the spirit world or a deceased person is actually known as nomocracy. Other terms which can be associated with this term are appropriation, haunt, phantom, poltergeist, shade, spectre, spirit, spook, wraith, demon, ghoul as well. And these different perceptions have been used still to this day and have still been used in reports of ghosts.
I've had numerous encounters with the paranormal, and for instance I have been on an investigation in Luton, and I've actually felt a ghost's breath on my face.
Oh, wow.
And we actually recorded the sound of deep breathing in this cellar, so that was pretty spooky. Over at Milton Keynes, we investigated a property, an old farmhouse, and I was touched on the head. And interestingly, when I came out of the building where this happened, I met one of our other investigators, and she said that she had been also touched on the head, and she was outside.
The belief in the overall existence of an afterlife, as well as the different manifestations of the spirits of the dead, is very much widespread, and it is dated back to different ancestor worship in the pre-practices of spiritualism and different ritual magic. And these are specifically designed to rest the different spirits of the dead, essentially.
Yes, I've been to countless, literally scores of different places up and down the country, and probably the most interesting of those was Chicksands Priory. I finally got to grips with putting the story together and hope to get it published, the whole history of Chicksands.
You said that was the end of May,
in about springtime, about April we're aiming for, yeah. So finally the whole story will be told.
Excellent.
But how do I feel? That's an interesting one. I never feel frightened. I just don't. I'm intrigued, I'm interested.
Yeah.
When I'm in a seriously haunted place, I do get a sign, and it sounds perhaps a little bit corny, but it's literally a tingle down the spine.
Really?
If I get that, I know I'm onto something, you know, and the place is
And when you get that feeling, do you want to leave the location? Do you want to stay? Or?
No, it has the opposite effect on me. It's sort of confirming the fact that there is something to investigate. So, no, I've never wanted to get out of a place. I'm the one. I'm probably the last one to be there.
Another widespread belief concerning the different ghosts and supernatural is that they are very much composed of a misty, airy or certain subtile material. And different anthropologists link this specific idea to early beliefs that ghosts were seen as people within different people, such as known their spirit. Most noticeable within the ancient cultures was a person's breath, which upon exhaling in colder climates, which is visibly known as mist, was then related to the mist of a ghost.
I've had a couple of investigators seriously frightened, I think would be the best way to say it. We had a guy down at the Explosion Museum at Gosport who saw a ghost. He'd wandered off from the main party and he'd seen this apparition for himself. It was he thought it was somebody in fancy dress. He said it was dressed like an old sailor. He followed this, what he thought was a person, into one of the rooms in the museum, only to find there was nothing in the room and there was only one way in and one way out.
Wow.
So he came back to me quite white-faced, and I could tell that something had happened.
Something most definitely had happened.
We've caught lots of orbs on film. Orbs are light anomalies which seem to move of their own accord in a haunted place. We've got lots of those in the past. We've had various recordings of sounds, unexplained sounds, like the breathing that I mentioned at Luton. Over all these years, over 20 years of investigations, we've got one ghost photograph, which to my mind really underlines its authenticity, because a genuine ghost photograph is an extremely rare thing. And as I say, we got one at the George Hotel in Silsoe, Bedfordshire, and that was one frame of numerous photographs that were taken in the George, and there is an unexplained sort of smoky figure right behind a guy who was sitting at the bar, quite unaware of it.
And someone in regards to the property said that obviously it could be to do with smoke, but your reply was that there was no way.
I'm a member of the Ghost Club, so my first reaction was to send it to the Ghost Club. They investigated it and they said, well, the nearest thing it looks like is smoke, but we know it's a non-smoking building. We know that pubs, restaurants, etc. have been no smoking areas for years, so ultimately we can't explain it.
In many traditional accounts, different ghosts were often thought to be deceased people, in fact, who are looking for vengeance or are imprisoned and need letting out of their deadly soul on earth for bad reasons for what they did in their past life, such as the saying goes, actions have consequences. How does the presence of the supernatural make you feel when you get into these locations? So as soon as you step through the front door and you say you get that tingly feeling up your spine, how does that honestly make you feel? Does it make you, in a way, scared inside or just excited?
Yeah, the latter really. I get excited because I realise that there's something worth investigating here. And I'm intrigued. I want to know more. I want to try and uncover the history. and see if we can relate the history to whatever is haunting the place.
And the appearance of ghosts have often been regarded as a sort of omen to the portent of death. So seeing one's ghostly double is related to the omen of death overall.
We take precautions against anything following us because there is a thing known in paranormal investigation circles as an attachment, and let's say it's not unknown for somebody to bring something home with them that they don't want, but we take precautions against that, so it's not an issue for us. But the thing is that paranormal investigation, like anything else, there's a right way and a wrong way of doing it, and something I didn't mention is that I teach paranormal investigation at Melbourne College.
Oh, brilliant.
And I hope to do another course in probably September, October 2022.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you ever so much for your time today, Damien, and good luck with your career in the future, as well as your novel that is coming out in springtime.
Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much.